that's
man.
really by you saying that. So that's what really pushed you into doing what you had to do to get really from up under that
Man, I want,
lifestyle.
yeah, bro. When Katrina hit, I cried like a baby in that penitentiary, bro. Cause I remember we used to always watch CNN. We had a news TV, but we watch CNN every now and then. They might watch Fox, but CNN stay on this one TV all day, every day.
Mhm.
So seeing, let me tell you what's crazy. I didn't know how to pronounce this back then. I had told this guy named Felt from Miami. I say, bro, you saw that tsunami over there in the other country over there? And he was like, it's tsunami. He said the T silent. I looked at him. I said, oh, all right. But I'm used to the water coming in and running over villages and countries, villages and people stuff over in other countries. Not in New Orleans where I was born and raised at.
Right.
So when I'm seeing this stuff, I'm like, man, look at my people. I'm talking about as a whole, like all my people, like in this struggle, dudes doing all kind of stuff to them in the dome. That stuff just blew me, bro. I was like, what the world? Is this really happening where I'm from? And then what really crushed me, bro, my homies, a lot of people I took care, a lot of people I looked out for, bro. Made sure when they was locked up in the state or whatever, I went and got their children, got Christmas toy, took care of them. When Katrina hit, they all fled, left my mother and grandfather. My little brother, and I know he might be mad with me, but that little boy was living with his wife, that same wife that wound up divorcing him, turned him against his mother. He was living on the other side of the house. My mother got a two-sided house in that night war. He was living on one side, my mother and grandfather living on the other side. Him and his wife fled.
Damn.
I say, bro, you left mom? Man, I told her to meet me on the highway or something. What highway? But the highway running here to there. Where at? How you leave your mother?
Yeah.
That same woman he left with and went to Alabama with, turned her back on him. He got divorced. He had nowhere to go, but guess where he went? Back to that same lady I just called. I said, mama, hey, he done turned his back, left you and daddy for dead. You know what she said?
That's my
It's
baby.
still my child.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't no love like a mother's love, man.
I said, wow. I was
Yeah,
mad.
ain't no love like a mother's love, man.
Yeah, bro. And that stuff blew me, bro. And I'm like, bro, how you could look in that lady's face, bro? You left mama. The water was rising in the night war, bro. You left, and then later on, they got houses underwater. Come on, man. You left mom.
So
And
that's what burped you right there. So take me take me to that
that ain't what burnt me. I'm gonna be honest, that ain't what burnt me. I was already working on it, but that's what pushed me. I gotta go. You gotta move a little faster.
right. Okay, right. So take me to that week. You and your how did that come to your mind to be like you in your cell and you like, man, listen, something got to be done.
Time to go.
I got to be the ventriloquist in here. So take me in that week on how that whole process go. How did you get in touch with the state, or how did you the lawyer? How did you do it?
First, I never checked nobody paperwork in prison. I never ran nobody off a compound because that's what we tell people. Never say never. You never know when your time gonna be called. So I would watch guys who have life plus 45 years today. A month later, they'd be like, "Yo, where's such and such at, man? Oh man, he got shipped to the low. What you mean? He just had life plus 45. He only been down 2 years, 2, 3. Oh man, that paperwork at the time they got that government check. Because back then they used to give us an envelope from the R&D, and when they call mail call, right, everybody be piled up by the front of the officer door. Officer passing out mail, you get that little mail from the R&D up front. Dudes hold it up, put it in their pocket, go to their cell, take the towel, throw the towel up to cover the little glass like they use in the bathroom, and they reading that paper, seeing how much time they got cut. Because how the Fed do, you don't have to go back to court to get your time cut. You could be at your prison, and your lawyer or the prosecutor judge have a little secret little sentencing hearing, and they cut your time like that. So as I'm watching this kind of stuff, right, then they had this other dude from Florida. He was like, he had life. They had closed the door on him, and then when they came with the new law, they opened it back up. He had life sentence, bro, and this was crazy. His girl come visit him, and his partner that he was tight with, running the joint, was on visit with another broad, and some kind of way he hooked up. He got her information. Something they started kicking it. and she left him alone, started kicking it with him because she thought he had a life sentence. And right after that, bro, 2 months later, that man got that time off him, bro. She was looking so stupid, bro. I'm talking about, bro, it was, it was. Anyway, so he home. He tell his little cousin that was in there with me. He say, man, tell Gangsta I send my love, but tell him I'm out here in traffic. These beautiful women. Ask him what he gonna do. He gonna stand there and do that life sentence, or he gonna come on chill out here with me. I'm like, man, he tripping. Yeah, I'm laughing and I'm playing all. He tripping, man. So one dude from Carolina said, man, you know about control buy? I said, no, I don't know about that. Man, you know y'all do. So I went and called Hot on him. I said, bro, you know about control buy? I put the phone here. Like, what that is? I said, bro, we don't know about that stuff. And he went to break it down how people could help you from the streets without you ever going to court. You could be hanging out with your homie and your people could be doing the dirty work for you and you get the credit. And they'll reduce your sentence. What woke me up with it was, and my stuff is public records. You can look me up on Pacer. In my sentencing hearing, every time I go to court, they bring up these murders, these homicides. And the prosecutor be like, Your Honor, you know, he wants to say he's done this, he's good, this, but he won't come forward and tell us who did these murders, why did they occur. If you're going to accept responsibility, in other words, they're like, we want to go give it all to us. Mm-hmm. So when you go sit down in that room with them people, bro, you got to know what you're doing, got to know how to move, because it'd be a big folder they'll have. Other people that went and told stuff on you that they already know about you. They're going to see if you're going to tell the truth, right? Like the very first time I agreed to go sit down and talk with them. How you met to connect? Oh, man, I just went to New York. I just wanted to go have a good time. I saw a dude at the barbershop with the talk to him, kicking it with him. They said, yeah. So the man like, all right. He just calm. I never forget this white guy. He's calm. And we talking. I didn't have my paperwork at the time. So I don't know all the evidence they got on us. But I don't want to tell them that my co-defendant is the one. I don't want to tell them that is my co-defendant, the one that that it's due to these people. I don't want to get him in trouble because they got me as the boss, the leadership role, right?
Right.
So I'm telling this man, yeah, I made up a little dumb, lame story. Bro, the same, he said, okay, we're going to set this man back. We're going to come back. So in other words, he get me ready. Like, listen, man, we're going to come back. We're going to start it over because, you know, he didn't let me know, like, man, you're lying, but we're going to just come back. All right. I get back to the jail. Somebody bang on the door. Tell Gates come to the door. I called as my co-defendant. I said, what's up? He said, I got some paperwork, man. This is your paperwork. So I'm like, what you got? You slide it on the door. I get it. I start reading it. Why inside this paperwork, I tell my co-defendant, Brass, hey, tell your people, man, I'm coming to New York, man. I want to buy some dope from me. Get the phone number from me. They got the paperwork where my co-defendant put me on the people let me go to New York. But I'm trying to protect him, but all the while they got the proof. They got the evidence. So I'm like, I felt stupid. I said, oh, that's why the man said we're going to try this again. We're going to come back. Because we know you're lying right now. Maybe they're interested in talking to him because they thinking they know I got a lot up here.
Right.
So what they're going to do, we're going to be patient with him. We're going to be patient with him right now. So I go back, talking to him, asking me about cash money, asking about certain stuff. Nah. So did we hear you invested money? Nah. We hear you did this and that for bourbon. Nah. All right. So they're patient. But a lot of stuff is state, right? So I had this female I used to mess with that used to go to Tulane University. And she had to do to this judge back in the day. So anyway, I called over there and I talked to this guy. He was a DA at the time. No, my bad. He was homicide. So he got me over to the court. We talking about certain argument for immunity, give me immunity for certain bodies. So certain stuff he'll bring up. And I mean, no, I don't want to talk about that. And he tried to hit me with the flim flam. Now, you know, like, that's your best friend. You know, people trying to kill him. You ready to send me in jail? I say, man, I want to go back to my dorm. Send me back, bro, to the prison. We'll go. We'll set another date about a month or 2 days. Come back. All right, let's go now. You know, certain stuff they know now. Don't ask me because I'm gonna shut down on you. So in my paperwork, no. When I went back, they gave me life for 2 murders. I was never indicted charged for these murders. So when I went back to court, I don't have a bad arrest record. I only been locked up for attempt murder, they dropped out aggravated battery, and I got a gun case back in '92, which was a misdemeanor. According to the federal guidelines, the most they could have given me was 25 years, even with the enhancement they was giving me. The judge, bro, my co-defendant Blabber went back first. The judge said the original sentence, and all this is in my paperwork on paper, bro. My co-defendant OG Blabber. The judge told him, for you, Mr. Dyer, you got the right nickname, Blabber. Because the dude with a wire on him, that's why they about to give him a life sentence. The judge said, I believe you orchestrated those murders. I believe the guns were yours. But when he went back to court, the judge took 80 months off his 480 months off his 40 years, gave him 32 years of change. So I'm saying to myself, well, hold on. In our first sentencing hearing, the judge said he believed he orchestrated the murder, he believed the guns was his, and gave him a sentence reduction. I know I'm going to get one. When I come back, I'm going to have me a number. I'm good.
Right.
I go back down there. My lawyer talked to the prosecutor. And the broad that I knew from the state, she become a federal prosecutor. She's talking to my attorney. No. I had called the state one day looking for her. They said she had transferred over to the Fed. I called her. She said, hello, how you know? I was like, girl, you know this is my city that I'm playing with. Her. She said, guess what I got? She said, 10 Wall Fat. I said, yeah. I said, you don't know. I said, yeah, I know Johnny Davis. She said, what you doing about him? I said, nah, girl, I'm hot as I hung up on her. So now when I went back for my resentencing, she in court talking to my lawyer, telling them that I might help myself by coming to court on 10 Wall Fat. I said, tell her, nah, I ain't doing that. That ain't happening. Nah. So my lawyer and the prosecutor had agreed I get 30 years. We go through the sentencing phase again. The prosecutor jump up out of nowhere. How can we let a man back out on the street with the mentality that he have? On one hand, he accepts responsibility, but he wants to tell us what happened with these murders. How did they, who carried them out? We can't let him back out on the street. Judge say, I understand Mr. Dyer has a worse record than you. I did give him a sentence reduction. And I know I have the discretion to do so. But with that being said, I'm going to sentence you to life again. Took the life, ran in 20 years. So I'm like, man, these people dog. I'm like, man, I ain't going to win. I ain't going to be able to win.
Right.
Contact the state. Say, look, man, I got some murders I want to talk about. So when I was talking about some of the murders, that's when Hot and BG made that video. Where they do this at? Oh, he telling on the dead. They had the paperwork from the state because all the stuff was state. And how the Fed go, once you go help the state, they'll write a letter to the Fed, say, hey, he came and helped us close this homicide. They write the letter over there, so now the Fed got like, oh, Your Honor. And the crazy part about it, I wasn't even charged of the Fed for these murders, but they knew about them. They wanted me just to go close. They wanted to get a letter saying he closed these homicides. And that's how I had to go over there to the state, because if not, every time I filed the motion, every time I filed something, they kept denying it. If it's the judge discretion, if it's by law, then I had to get it. But if it was the judge discretion to sentence me, to re-sentence me, he would deny it because he felt like you know too much. You have done too much dirt and ain't nobody doing time. Nah, we ain't gonna let you out.